In 2023, the Supreme Court pronounced a record-breaking 52,220 judgments influencing the pursuit of justice and constitutional rights. From the dismissal of Bilkis Bano's review petition to the contentious junking of a 2009 petition seeking an independent probe into alleged extrajudicial killings of tribals in Chhattisgarh, whereby it imposed a cost of 5 lakh rupees on the petitioner, the top court's actions have raised concerns about a possible decline in civil liberties for many. Moving away from presumptions, let us scrutinize the decisions rendered by the Supreme Court. Demonetization. The Supreme Court backed the logic of demonetizing 500 rupees and 1000 rupees currency notes in its first session of the year. Despite emphasizing government duties, the court, in its final ruling, seemed indifferent to the considerable hardships faced by ordinary citizens. Termination of pregnancy. The Supreme Court did not allow a woman with postpartum depression to terminate 26-week pregnancy on the grounds that woman's autonomy cannot eclipse the rights of the unborn child. Chief Justice Chandrachud suggested adoption by the woman's parents and state care for the baby. The denial highlighted a gap in the legal framework which rejects women's control over her body even if it poses health risks to her. India needs a compassionate approach to tackle this global challenge. Right to die with dignity. The Apex Court's compassionate approach to stopping treatment for the terminally ill highlights the right to a dignified death under Article 21. This empowers individuals in treatment choices and simplifies legal issues in end-of-life care. However, the positive impact may be more noticeable for a limited number of underprivileged individuals. Divorce on grounds of irretrievable breakage of marriage. The courts have the power under Article 142(1) of the Constitution of India to grant divorce when a marriage has irretrievably broken down, eliminating the need to prove wrongdoing. This modern approach aligns with changing societal norms, making the legal process more straightforward and showing a contemporary understanding of marital relationships. Same-sex marriage. The Supreme Court ruled that the right to marry is not a fundamental right for queer individuals but directed the government to form a committee to examine the rights of homosexual couples. While the court acknowledged queerness as a natural phenomenon and extended a pro-choice perspective to LGBTQIA+, the verdict fell short of recognizing same-sex marriages as a legal union. Chief Justice Chandrachud, known for supporting LGBTQIA+ rights, surprisingly deferred the decision to Parliament, raising concerns about the court's commitment to actively protecting the queer rights. Article 370. The Supreme Court supported the central government's decision to revoke Article 370, which granted special status to Jammu and Kashmir. The court directed the centre to hold assembly elections in the state by September 2024 and restore statehood. It concurred with the government's view that Article 370 was a temporary provision. Maharashtra political row. The SC bench held that the Maharashtra governor's decision to order a floor test against the then CM Uddhav Thackeray was illegal. A faction of the Shiv Sena under the leadership of Eknath Shinde had rebelled against Uddhav Thackeray in June 2022. To deal with the situation, Thackeray issued 16 disqualification notices through the Deputy Speaker. However, the rebel MLAs then moved a no-confidence motion against the Deputy Speaker, which was rejected based on lack of authenticity. Later, Thackeray resigned from his CM post even before the execution of the floor test ordered by the governor. The Supreme Court in its judgment observed that even though the governor's order for a floor test was illegal, Thackeray's resignation could not be reversed because it was voluntary. Government of NCT of Delhi versus Union of India case. The Supreme Court ruled that the elected government, not the Lieutenant Governor, was responsible for managing civil servants and day-to-day administration. However, the BJP government at the centre overturned the decision by an ordinance and then passed the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Bill 2023 to exercise complete control over the Delhi bureaucracy. Manual scavenging. The Supreme Court in a historic judgment ordered the government authorities to pay 30 lakh rupees in compensation to the kin of those who die while cleaning sewers. Those who suffer permanent disabilities will receive a minimum compensation of 20 lakh rupees. Media One Malayalam News Channel. The top court quashed the broadcast ban on Media One, a Malayalam news channel, asserting that a free press is crucial in a democracy. The Supreme Court observed that centre's denial of security clearance and refusal of license renewal to the channel over national security concerns would produce a chilling effect on free speech and particularly on press freedom. Subscribe to the Federal's YouTube page for more news and updates.